Okay, it's going really well. How does physiotherapy education and clinical training in Nigeria compare to the expectations and standards in the UK? Here we are just looking at the training that physiotherapists have in Nigeria, as well as the clinical practice, the whole clinical evidence-based practice and all of that. How can we compare that to the one in the UK, or how is it different?
Yeah, I would say there are similarities and there are also differences. Basically, I wouldn't say one is superior to the other per se, but I would say there are similarities and there are differences. There are things I liked about our Nigerian physiotherapy training that I don't see amongst the students physiotherapists in the UK here. There are also some things I see in their training that I wish these were incorporated into our own training. So theoretical wise, I think we had more theory in terms of the basic medical sciences. We had more anatomy, physiology. We had depth into those areas very well. But comparing it to people, the students I have been able to, mentor here, I'll find out that they really lack that depth. They just have an overview around the basic medical sciences, and they are more into application of those knowledge, but they don't have that in-depth and detailed knowledge that
understanding of basic science.
Basically. So in that area, I give it to the Nigerian physiotherapy training. We really did well in that area because it also helped us to be able to think outside the box. And make scientists that Nigerian physiotherapists think outside the box. You are able to have, more depth in clinical reasoning. But one thing about the UK training that I saw that was good is that, it's like once you start the physiotherapy training, you start your clinicals. So they have more exposure, they call it placements. And while they're doing that, they are doing it as though you are acquiring a work experience. So it's not just about coming to observe and look around. They allow students to really do some things. You set some goals for the students and they achieve many hands-on skills at a very stage. They are on 3 years and ours is 5 years now and 6 years for people who are into DPT. That's the area where I can say that I prefer their training in that area. So but when it comes to the basic medical sciences, I give it to them. Then again, when it comes to because of their training too, they also have a sort of like a uniform kind of training. Like in terms of they make use of a lot of guidelines. So what is being practiced in this trust is what you see in another trust if you are in the same specialty. So the guidelines are very similar. For instance, if we are using the new score for patients here, if you go somewhere else, the same new score, the outcome measures are similar and is used. So it's easier to transfer your skills from one hospital to the other. Unlike in Nigeria where they say, if you want respiratories for people in UNTH and you want neuro, it's for people in Ibadan. If you want, a lot of things. So that disparity in the trainings is what I really do not like about Nigerian practice. Someone will tell you, no, I believe in Mackenzie. The other one says, I believe in Nigerian approach. And I believe in that. So those are the things. If we can just have a uniform practice where we choose a clinical practice guidelines per se, where everybody just comes together and choose and say this is what is standard, and if they are going to make any adjustment, it's going to be across board so that physio practice seems more very related and the skills could be transferred from one setting to the other easily.
I think that makes a lot of sense.